1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. One, two.
Before we start, what we're going to do is ask some of these young Wolf Cubs predictions of the score. Licky Jr.
2-0.
To who?
Wolves. 2-0 2. 2-0 to Wolves. 3-2 to Wolves. 4-2 to Wolves. 3-1
1,
to
2,
Wolves.
3, 4, 5. 1,
Let's
2.
go ask some of these older boys. Tommy.
3-1 Wolves.
On Wolves, everyone's going to Wolves.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Would you
5.
like to predict the score?
Yeah.
What is it?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. Carl, you want
2-0
1,
Wolves.
2, 3, 4, 5.
2-0 Wolves.
3-1.
One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the two teams come out, the Wollongong Wolves, NSW City. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Make it welcome.
It is a very good evening and welcome to Wynn Stadium of Wollongong. Round 2 of the NPL New South Wales men's as the Wollongong Wolves take on St George City. As you can hear, the music is blaring at the venue. Looking forward to what's going to be a cracking game. We'll go through both sides. Last week, quickly, the Wollongong Wolves a 3-3 draw against Arpia Leichhardt, while St George City, well, they had a 2-2 draw against Brockdale in what was a cracking game of football. Both teams, by the way, were down by 2 goals at certain parts of their respective games, so important to note. Let's go through the lineup. St George City starting 11, Jack Kenny, the goalkeeper, number 1. 3 is Cheo Di Godoy. In 4, Solomon John Monaghan Baker. In 7, Nathan Roberts. 8, Dominic Cox. 9, it's Mark McNulty. 11, Mamoto Kamata. In 15, Nathan Grimaldi. 23, Dakota Askew. 25, Brody Clarkson. And 33 is Lewis Curie, coached by Manny Spinodakis. That is the St George City starting 11. For Wollongong, their starting 11, Oliver Yates, the number 1. Harrison Busnell in 2. In 4, it's Dylan Ryan. Banri Katazumi in 5. James Agnostopoulos is in 6. In 11, Sebastian Hernandez. Marcus Betty in 17. Nicholas Olsen, 21. Lachlan Scott, 24. Ben Gierson in 29. And Raphael Leai is in 77. They're coached by Warren Green.
Number 10, Paulo Mitri. Number 13, Cameron Kent.
So we are not too far away from kick-off. It's a very good crowd in. And we're looking forward to what's going to be a cracking game. So we're just waiting on the coin toss to be done. Our referee in charge is Craig Fisher, Cam Wright and Matthew Harris, our assistants, and Damien Golubsky is our 4th official.
Number 4.
You can hear in the background, it is a loud PA system here, so it will drown me out. That's saying something. We are looking forward to what's going to be a good game, no less than the other games tonight, because we have got games going tonight. Manly United play Sutherland Sharks, that game at Cromer Park, and St George FC play Rockdale Illiton, so that's our games this evening. Some really good games in this competition. Of course, last week, what a start to the year. We had so many draws. The Rangers had that draw last week against the Wanderers. It was 1-1 in a tight game. 5-0 Manly defeated Central Coast Mariners. United and Sutherland had a 2-2 draw. Olympic defeated St George FC 2-1. 3-2 Spirit defeated Sydney FC Youth. And I mentioned Marconi and Blacktown a 1-1 draw. So we're just about right for kick-off. Week 2 of the competition about to commence. It is Friday night football from Wollongong. And it'll be the Wolves defending left of screen, St George City defending right of screen. And we are not too far away from kick-off. So Friday night football on the gong is about to commence. The crowd is in. It's been a big week in Wollongong. Confirmation of the championship, the Australian Championship. And we are set to go here in Wollongong. Underway. And St George City had the first use of the football. Jack Kenny will boot this long, over halfway. Sebastian Hernandez has it for Wollongong. Betty and Sebastian Hernandez didn't quite combine well in that situation. But Hernandez has it on the right flank, over halfway. Pushed off the ball by Digodoi and will be called straight away, and a yellow card to boot. Within the first minute, a yellow card. Digodoi gives it away, and I think that was the right call by a referee in charge. And Craig Fisher, he had to give the card. It was a clear off-the-ball challenge. And the chance now for Nicholas Olsen to take this set piece. Nicholas Olsen, junior at Sutherland and also the Wanderers. Short ball to Hernandez. Hernandez drills it into the area. Flicked off, but at the end, no control really by Gierson. And the save by Kenny at the back. As now they come down this right side, St George City. It's cleared away. Headed down. And not much doing there from Nathan Grimaldi, but it comes left side. It's Famoto Kamada, works into the slot. It's pushed away, drops down. It has to be cleared, and it is so at the end. We will hope to bring you some of the sound of the ground as well. I think Miller has knocked me out for the second, but throw taken over halfway. It's played down by Scott. It's dropped back, and it will be Nathan Grimaldi works it across the face. Grimaldi has possession again. And this is Digodoi. And now it's Mark McNulty trying to work it up the slot. Nathan Roberts couldn't control it. Ball drops back for Katazumi. Over halfway. Ball worked on by Olsen. Leai, and the ball goes out. So, at the back, it'll be Kenny. Over halfway. Headed down by Marcus Beattie. It goes on out for a throw. For Moto Kamada. Takes the throw. And at the end, he was pushed off the ball initially, Dominic Cox. Ball worked over by Beattie, and then Hernandez tried to flick it up. Clarkson won it for City, but these head tennis we're seeing at the moment as Clarkson works it back to Fumoto Kamada. Back to Clarkson. And now it's delivered back. There Godoy. And across the face. Monahan Vayaka. Now City really trying to put the squeeze here. Cox works a long ball, but probably too deep at the end. Go to Askew, of course, formerly from RPM Blacktown City. Playing on that right wing for City today. Foul given for Wollongong. Scott, the captain of this Wollongong side for the last couple of years. Former Wanderer. Did some great things back in the A-League in the early days, but has come back to the NPL over the last, 6 years or thereabouts. As a bit of comedy capers as it's cleared away by Oliver Yates. And Leai can't get to it. Monahan Vayaka. Being turned over, Leai. Both sides really turning the ball over at the rate of knots. So it goes back to Curry. It comes back. Ball on from Nathan Grimaldi, which we should note Nathan Grimaldi, who was playing at Newcastle in the A-League, comes back to the NPL. Former Sutherland player and played for Sydney FC in the youth setup. It's Monahan Vayaka's ball on and Askew trying to find support. Nathan Roberts, who was in the starting side last week. One change really to their starting squad from last week. St George, Jesse Fody started last week. This ball drops down. Monahan Vayaka tried to draw it forward, but again, it's headed out eventually by City through Brody Clarkson. Ball on from Olsen. Olsen's going to have possession again on this left side. Olsen trying to swing it back in. It's touched off Nathan Grimaldi. And will be a corner. So this corner to be taken via Marcus Beattie. Marcus Beattie to take this corner. The southeastern side of the venue. Whips it in. The header wayward at the end. Did it touch off City? No. There was claims by the Wolves, but not the case. In the 7th minute, no score on the board between Wollongong and St George City. It's now St George on this right side. Monahan Vayaka trying to find the target. It's McNulty, but he couldn't get to it. Regulation saved by Oliver Yates. McNulty, of course. The boy from Scotland. Livingston to be exact, as now Wollongong on the charge. Ball work back inside. Scott can't get to it. Lei, a low ball, cleared away. Drops down for Giason, who has a shot. Oh, Giason! That would have been a great goal, but not to be. Went to the left of Kenny. Didn't get a touch on it. I've got to say, you would be lucky for that because it was a great hit. So, this to be taken once again by St George City. Kenny to take the goal kick rather. Nathan Grimaldi goes back to Di Godoy. Back to Grimaldi. Works it to Monahan Vayaka. Monahan Vayaka looking to steam it up the line. Goes over halfway. And it drops back for the keeper, Oliver Yates. Now comes back. Katazumi, of course, we saw him in the last couple of years being the heading magician. As now here's a chance down this left side. Ball worked in. Oh! Lei just couldn't get onto that ball. It was a nice effort. The cross that came in. And the disappointment for Wollongong, because that should have been 1-0. Hernandez tried to get the cross in, but couldn't find the target. Lei was the man. As now, Fumoto Kamada takes the throw. And it's played out by City. So Marcus Beattie to take this. Ball played back. Beattie again was able to deliver the ball on. Goes back to him from that short ball by Giason, but it's been turned over. Curry. And City again looking to deliver. McNulty's there, but it's cleared away by Busnell. Ball on halfway. Grimaldi. Di Godoy. Going back to Grimaldi. Across the face to Monahan Vayaka. Marcus Beattie's played it straight to Fumoto Kamata. Works it back in the middle to Cox. Cox finding Monahan Vayaka again. He works it, but Roberts couldn't get to it. Nathan Roberts tried his best. But again, it was a good effort that St George City were trying to set up. You can see that both sides just haven't exactly got the angles right completely, but they are setting up. Last week, a 2-2 draw for St George City against Rockdale on the opening week of the competition. Wollongong and a 3-3 draw against Apia. Warren Grieve has said in the media this week that they've trained this week specifically for this game. When I mean that, I'm talking about how they've trained on this pitch last night. Everything's been grass work, obviously this being a grass ground. So they've made sure they're primed for this game tonight. And they want the 3 points going their direction. Nathan Grimaldi has it. He'll work it to Di Godoy, who's on a yellow card for an incident in the first minute. As for Moto Kamada, nearly committed hairy carry of Olsen with great work, trying to pressure as the ball goes out. Throw will be taken on this western side of Wynn Stadium. It'll be Marcus Beattie to take this. So Beattie throws it in over halfway. Headed down by Scott. And St George again through Curry. Fumoto Kamata. Fumoto Kamata spins it back to Di Godoy. And now it's Grimaldi who spears it on to Monahan Vayaka. Works it up to Clarkson. Clarkson back to Monahan Vayaka. Now he goes back to Grimaldi. Now Curry sets it up for Di Godoy again. Grimaldi once more. Works it deep over halfway. from Moto Kamata. Does his work. Again, Speedy. Curry. Curry spins it back. Again, possession for Cox. Cox, he bypasses one player in Gamaldi. Goes on. Monahan Vega, right side Askew. Dakota Askew, he's got Roberts. Utilises Roberts. He works in the middle. McNulty, can he lay it back? He does. Oh, Curry can get a shot away, but still an opportunity for Cox. Tried to lay it into the middle. It's speed up in the sky. I think it was in Katazumi. He worked it forward. Is now Olsen. Utilises Hernandez on the left flank. Hernandez, he's got a chance. He's inside the area. He's taken down. Well, the hearts and the mouths of every supporter here, hoping there was a foul, but not to be. It'll be a St George City ball. No score after 13 minutes. We'll go around the grounds to the other games tonight, or no score. Manly United and Sutherland, no score. St George Saints, or St George FC in Rockdale, no score. A game at Barton Park as well tonight. All similar times. As now on the left wing. It's possession again for Dylan Ryan. So Lachlan Scott pressured. He's got support. Can't find Olsen. Olsen eventually won the ball. Works it towards the post, but again, he couldn't get to it. Lei eventually won him on a spin around. Beattie back. And now across the face is Gierson. So Wollongong, again a chance for them to set from the back. Katazuma utilises Busnell. Down the right side to Beattie. Beattie now. Works on to Lei. Lei pressured again by Cox. Lei back to Gierson. Gierson. And then Scott. Lei. And, well, that wasn't the angle Scott was hoping the ball to go to. And it goes out for a goal kick. I mentioned this week, good news for Wollongong, the confirmation of the Australian Championship. The name, of course, for what was the National Second Division or Second Tier. We've got an official name for the comp that will start the end of this season of the NPL. Of course, it's a sort of a round-robin format this year, and they'll look to make it bigger. Be very intriguing how it does go in the next couple of years and what the setup will be. A lot of the talk has been, and I've spoken to a few people at the venue alone about how tough it's going to be. No real pre-season because they're all going to be coming off the regular Premier League season. As the ball goes across to Lei. Lei's got a chance here. Lei, he has a shot. It's deflected off the St George City defender, De Godoy. He's done some great work there, De Godoy. Makes the effort. And the score remains 0-0 for the meantime. So this to be taken on the near side of the corner. Olsen. Opportunity for Wollongong to make it 1-0. It's worked in. Bounces back. Beattie heads it down. Hernandez just couldn't get to it initially. He tried his best second time. There's again Wollongong from the back. It's Beattie and it's deflected off Curry. And a bit of hairy-carry again from Yates, who was trying to deliver a ball forward and nearly made a meal out of that one. Now, Ryan tried to go forward. He was beaten in the challenge. Roberts. Askew. And now, again, they build from the back here. Curry. Clarkson. Askew. St George City last season. 5th. After what was a big season for them. People talk about where they see City this year. City a very tough side as McNulty can't get to it. As now it's Lei down the right flank again. Lei going forward. Lei. He works it back to Gierson. Across the face. Ryan again. Hernandez. Pressure building and the foul's called. towards Wollongong. 17 gone. So this to be taken. A chance for Agnostopoulos. No, it'll be Olsen who calls it. It was the decoy Agnostopoulos. Needless to say, it was saved by Kenny. Agnostopoulos, by the way, of course, from the IPL, and generally a good story because he was playing at Port Kembla in 22. In 23, he moved to Corrimal and then the Coniston last year. But from Coniston, he's made the Wollongong Wolves lineup and he's starting. He was on the bench last week, but obviously Warren Grieve has seen a lot from him. Agnostopoulos is going to be a player of the future in this competition for sure. So repeating. No score after 18 minutes and 45 seconds. Throw taken. Scott. Olsen. A wide ball. Hernandez. Down the left wing again. Ryan's support. Hernandez went himself. It did deviate off the defence of St George City. Dakota Askew came back. There's a throw to be taken on that eastern side, the hill side of the ground. As you can see, Wollongong Wolves signage on the hill, which is very good by the club to do that. Obviously, as the rain, I think, is starting to peer in, seen benches move back slightly. So trying to get some cover as the shot goes wayward. So the ball comes back to Nathan Grimaldi. Turned over. Cox. At the end, the ball didn't find the target in Kamata. Beattie lets it go out. Goal kick to be had. Beattie. Lehigh, Beattie. Lehigh. Lehigh again. A good opportunity for Lehigh to drill it forward. He goes sideways to Beattie. Beattie trying to work it inside. Curry, it touches off, will be a throw. So Cox again. Digadoy. And the ball will come back. Oliver Yates. Olsen. Nenders didn't really do much with it on that situation. Roberts trying to work it forward. The ball comes back. That ball by Busnell didn't really hit the trigger, did it? Touches off St George City. By the way, all games no score. Games tomorrow night. Rangers and Marconi do battle at 5 p.m. Olympic Wanderers, Blacktown City Spirit, FC United and Mariners and Apia. That's the games this weekend. Some real enjoyable games coming up. It's a great competition we mentioned before how tough it's going to be this year as that rain continues to come down. So Olsen chips it forward. It's a chance for Scott if he can get to it. The bounce didn't work for him. Monahan Vayaka lets it sit out. Will be a goal kick once again. So, scoreline here. 0-0. Waiting for this to be taken. Kenny. To boot this forward. Well, I can't get to it. Kamada wins it. He goes back to Digadoi. And now Grimaldi. Clarkson. He's on a run now for Moto Kamata, but Yates will get to it first. Yates stops it. Well, for Yates, mention him. Felicelli started his senior football. Spent time overseas. He's come back to Wollongong last year. And obviously primed for that spot come the Australian Championship. I think that's going to be the big talking point, obviously, for all the teams that are going to be in the Championship. And you'll hear it every week, part of our coverage, as we continue to chat about how this game will grow forward as the ball by Hernandez. Digadoi. It's gone back to Wollongong. That wasn't a good ball, was it? Hernandez tried to find his target and Scott couldn't. Roberts has it. Askew and Clarkson combined. Curry. Curry goes back to Digadoi. He's going to drill the ball. And now it's a chance here. Cox. Well, I tell you what, if he had an extra second, he would have been okay. He would have been okay if he had an extra second. Not the case, and the score remains 0-0 after 25. He was in a difficult position, mind you. Game on our hands. Both sides yet to score the opening goal this season, to note. To mind you, we're only, a game and a bit in. After you had the opener last week. As the rain does continue, I will note as well, and one of the things, you always make sure in your car you got everything packed. I made sure I had the umbrella in the car and then made sure I took it in with me to the venue, thinking it will rain at some point. And I've made the right call by the looks of it. Rain's been around New South Wales over the last month and a bit, it seems. Been given that afternoon, evening rain. Luckily, no storm yet as Kamada, good ball. Cox saying that I think the lightning has just come. I think as soon as I said it, I think somebody else said, no, Nick, you're not the weatherman. So I think we might see some action later on. Foul called, going to the direction of Scott. Here's Olsen. Kamada. I should say go again, Katazumi. Kamada, of course, for St George City on this left side. With a lot of interest in him. He's such a fabulous player. But he's beaten by Olsen. And Lehigh now will swing on the inside of Digadoi. And then drops back for a shot by Olsen! Nicholas Olsen! That is a beautiful strike. Nicholas Olsen. 1-0 to Wollongong. Got himself in a lovely spot. And the crowd go wild. Olsen was able to pull the trigger at the right moment.
And that's 1-0 to Wollongong Wolves. Number 21, Nicholas Olsen. Give it up.
And the crowd cheer their goal scorer. So, Digadoi comes back. Grimaldi. And Solomon John Monaghan Vayaka. There's going to be a bit of work done in this contest. They're not doing well at the moment here, St George, on the score sheet, 1-0. And that goal, I think, it was coming for Wollongong. They were setting up. Better have a discussion about Famoto Kamada, what he's been able to do this season. In the last couple of minutes, makes a couple of errors. Come for the Rangers in Sutherland, and he's been at City for a few years now. Get himself in brilliant areas. It's Clarkson. And it's stopped off. Henry Katazumi on that situation. City coming from behind now is what they have to do once again. They did this last week. They were down 2-0 against Rockdale for that draw. For Moto Kamata. Corey back. Roberts. And here's a chance now for McNulty. Misses everything. Oh, McNulty could have had a goal. Not to be. Macca scored last week in the 32nd. I should say go again. They actually led last week, to be exact, St George City. I kept on thinking they were coming from behind. They actually led 2-0. They had the dangerous lead. My apologies. Wollongong was down 2-0. There's some entertainment here. The lights. Olsen. Oh, great defence. Grimaldi. The ball goes towards halfway. And yep, I think you'll find we're going to have some time here because of the weather. So play will be coming to a halt now. Reason why is because of the lightning strikes. Now that's an instant half an hour, I think, from memory. So at the moment, no play for the next half an hour while we get this all sorted. I'm going to go and have a look shortly what the go will be. But we've got lightning in the area now. As I said, it was funny how I mentioned it. And as soon as I mentioned it, it's not going to come today. Comes straight away and then a couple of minutes later. But at the moment, the score is 1-0. Nicholas Olsen, the goal scorer. First goal, St George have conceded the opening goal against them. As I said, they led 2-0 last week. I had in my head they actually were down 2-0, but they led against Rockdale in the Rockdale's comeback. But as I said, the score here is 1-0. Wollongong lead. We'll keep you posted what the situation is, but for the moment, lightning is in the area, and we could be in for a little bit of a wait-and-see approach. But we will keep you posted with this game between Wollongong and St George, and Wollongong are going to the sheds. You heard that first from the ground announcer, but we'll be hopefully having play shortly. But I think it's at least half an hour with a lightning strike. Or I think it's 15 to half an hour, but we'll keep you posted here at the venue. And hopefully nothing happens in the meantime. sound. I lost sound, so it put me off. Yeah, no, it puts me off when I've got no sound. It puts me off. Yeah, I fixed it. I worked out. Your camera can take the slot that the other ones don't. It takes the slot that other cameras are not taking. Yeah. Yeah, it was putting me off for having the sound fixed because I can't work without it. Well, I can, but it puts me off when I don't have the sound of the gun. Yeah. Where half an hour I reckon at least. I'm going to keep talking, so I'm going to go down and speak to the guys on this. Just keep talking. I'll keep talking. All right, for those who can see the pictures coming through, it is raining at the moment, but that's not the reason why the game has been called to a halt. The reason why is we've had some lightning strikes in the background, so we have got a delay here for that reason. So we are waiting to sort all this out. So as you can see in your vision, we've got nothing doing because of that. I want to have a look. I'm going to go on the bomb website to have a look at where the radar is sitting with these and where is it coming from. Because it was coming from the northeast of the venue from what it looked like when I saw it in the corner of my eye. And yeah, we have got rain coming from the northeast and it is absolutely smashing. And it's actually funny to note. It's actually not the north. Okay, so it's coming across from the west, but because of where the situation lies, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I'm just having a look at the vision in front of me. The lightning is the situation, and yeah, it's coming across. So I'm just trying to watch this here. It's coming from the west towards the coast, but as I said, where I saw the strike was from the northeast. But this rain, and I'm looking at some of the cells coming through, there's some real heavy cells that are coming through from Oakdale and Picton, but it's coming across, and I'm seeing some that have hit Dapto, and Dapto obviously would shade across to Wollongong because it's more heading to Port Kembla. Now, Port Kembla, for those who are watching our coverage, it's on the right of us. So Port Kembla is south of where this stadium is situated. So I'll try to my best to do as much geography as I can. I'm seeing also Point Perpendicular getting a lot of weather, and as well as Berry. We'll keep you updated with all that. And scores around the grounds where Sutherland lead 1-0 against Manly. There's no score between St George Saints and Rockdale, but as I said, the lightning is the reason why we've got a delay. We'll stay with you, and we'll probably go through what's happening around the league as well. We're going to do our best to keep you entertained. I'm getting messages come through, and don't forget NPL NSW is where you can message us. The Paletti was just sending me a message through in relation to regulations. It's half an hour from the last strike. Yeah, I thought it was half an hour, and I think that's a genuine rule for all sports, that it's about half an hour. So Rightio, so that means we're probably about 10 minutes into this or thereabouts. I would imagine anyway. And now that's another one, so add that to the list at 8:13. It could be a long night. We'll wait for decisions, and I will obviously try to go downstairs as well to find out more. But that has come through, and now you can hear the noise afterwards. So that's 8:13, so 8:43 at a bare min. Now the crowd's being told to go to the shaded areas, and that's what we are being told. I'm going to run around, obviously, to find out more information, but 8:43 minimum, 8:43, and now make it 8:44 before we can come back. So it's half an hour from when it strikes, and it's, maybe 8:44. So we will keep you abreast. There's a goal that's been scored by Sutherland. Sutherland lead 2-0 against Manly. Very interesting on that side of things. A goal to Sutherland, so they lead 2-0. While it's 0-0 between St George FC and Rockdale Illiton. So that's what's happening there, and we'll keep you up to date as this rain is coming down at the rate of knots. They're being so fans are being told to go into the corridor underneath. Okay, so they're telling them to get away from the grandstand. So if security's doing that already, me thinks that it's going to be very interesting. And also, let's put something in. I need to check what the rule is in regards to this venue when lights have to be off. I'd imagine it's 11 o'clock lights out. So we would have to start this. Oh, really? You'd want to... When did we go off? It was about 26 minutes, wasn't it? Or 25. So we would have to go back on by 8:30. Yeah, we'd have to go back on about 8:30 from memory. So I think that's going to be an intriguing one. So at the moment, who knows? But keep 8:44 in your book because of the strike. But I should note, I say 8:44, that's 8:44 before they warm up, because they'll have to make the players warm up. That's another thing that we have to factor in, is warm up as well. So I'm going to keep I'm going to do some digging around, so give me a couple of moments. I want to find out more information. But at the moment, we have got a delay. We have got a delay due to lightning.
ladies and gentlemen, just an update for you. As indicated before, there was concern from a lightning point of view. Policy is that you have to wait 30 minutes from the last strike, lightning strike, and it is estimated that we are aiming for an 8:45 kick-off again. We will definitely keep you posted. Admittedly, if there's additional lightning strikes, that could cause further delays. We will certainly endeavour to keep you all informed. We thank you for your patience. Very frustrating, I'm very mindful of, but we'll keep you informed as soon as possible.
Rightio, we continue our rolling broadcast because at the moment we're in a bit of a holding pattern. I believe 8:14 was our last strike, so that means we potentially could be okay. 8:44. I am happy to call myself the mock because I'm the one who said, "Oh, look, there's no lightning in the area," and then all of a sudden, bang! First one happens, then the second one happens, and that's the one where it was called going, yeah, we've got to go off, and we've had, I think, another 2 sets. So at the moment, we're working on that half an hour, and we will keep you up to date. Rolling coverage on Friday Night Football, NPL New South Wales on YouTube, and as I said, this is the situation with this, and you can't do anything about it. It's a weather incident. We've had a few of these over the last couple of years, so we've got good practice. But the situation is as follows. We've got a delay. So for those who have just joined us here at Wynn Stadium, we have got a delay due to lightning in the area. The last one that hit was 8:14 in my reckoning, so that means... Oh, no, there we go. One has just happened right there. So 8:21 and a half. So let's call that an even 8:22. So bare minimum, we come back now at, well, for warm-up at 8:52. So half an hour rule. Yep, this is going to be one of those nights, but we'll be with you. We will continue this road show. It is amazing to know the lightning hitting the area. So we'll find out more what's going to happen. But there you go. From none in the area, the rain was starting to come down, and I said, no, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. And it's been hitting hard. But the score here is 1-0, courtesy of a goal to Nicholas Olsen. Wollongong scoring their first opener of the year. St George City conceding their first goal. Well, when I say first goal, their first goal to be down 1-0. They've had the lead, of course, last week. They were leading 2-0. I think I correctly said before they were down 2-0. They led 2-0 before it was a 2-2 draw against Rockdale. Now, fans have been told, obviously, to go and find some shade. Yeah. They are told to go underneath the stadium. So the concourse area. So they'll have to go into the concourse. So that is the situation as follows. Yeah, well, this delay is how it is. As we await what happens. I've been told Will Gotts is, there's a rumour he's coming back. I'm being told Will Gotts is coming back in March. There you go. Gotts might be coming back. But we'll keep you up to date. So we're interrupted during this delay. We'll keep you posted. I'll be on the mic just talking and trying to find out more information. But at the moment, yeah, no good. No good, Ray. That is seriously the situation. We are in a holding pattern now. I don't even know what the time was when we went off the field. That we'll have to find out. But 8:52, mark that one, that we can have a warm-up potentially. Lightning has struck at 8:22 local time. And fans are being told to go into the concourse area. By the way, I remind everybody, the heavy rain is... Well, it looks like it's coming away from Wollongong. We're getting moderate rain, as they call it. But the heavy stuff is Oakdale, Picton, Dapto getting it, Bowrell's also getting it too. And it's going to Point Perpendicular, which, can I just say, what a great town name. Point Perpendicular. Perpendicular. I'll get that right. And also I think Ulladulla has had some. But yeah, great town names. We should talk about some of the town names we've got in this great country of ours. There's a town in the I think it's the northwest, right, called Home Rule, which is a great name. And Point Perpendicular, it's not Point Piper, but still, it's not a bad name. Robertson also looks like it's going to get some too. Looks like that's the one that's hitting from Dapto. Yeah, weather watch we are on here, but as I said, 8:22, the last time we got lightning. So we'll keep you up to date. So stay with us. We'll keep you abreast of the situation. At the moment, we can tell you we've got no play. And we won't have play for a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are still with us here, sadly the game has had to be cancelled. We repeat, the game has had to be cancelled due to additional lightning strikes. We thank you for your attendance, and we will certainly keep you informed on any reschedule. Thank you indeed.
Rightio, please take note. The game, by the sounds of it, has been called for the night, so we have been called. So that is the situation. Looks like the game is done for the evening, as you probably heard in the sound effects microphone. So we are done for the night. We'll have to have more information come through from NPL New South Wales, but that's it. It's game over from Wollongong. 1-0 was the score. Wollongong leading St George City. I believe when we do get this game played back, it will start from about the 30th minute. But that's it. We're done tonight. We'll catch you soon. Bye-bye for now.